Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a single week, just 1 week, that basically flipped the entire AI world on its head, creating a trillion-dollar paradox and a brand new rulebook for anyone building or investing in this space. So picture this, it's November 2025, and in the span of just a few days, a bunch of announcements drop that create this whole new reality. And at the heart of it is this wild paradox. On one hand, you've got this insane trillion-dollar consolidation happening at the very top. But on the other, the tools to actually build with AI are becoming available to, well, pretty much everyone.
And what's just crazy is how fast this all went down. I mean, we're talking about these massive, game-changing shifts, new tools for coders, huge multi-billion-dollar deals, all happening within days of each other. It was like the entire ecosystem just hit the accelerator hard.
All right, so let's dig into that first piece, the democratization part. This is huge. The first big change was all about the new tools that suddenly became available, not just for hardcore developers, but, and this is key, for founders who maybe don't even know how to code.
Okay, so check this out. A company named Cursor just totally rewrote the rules for how you write code. Think about the old way. You're working on one thing at a time, file by file. Super linear. What Cursor did was introduce this agent-centric idea. Now you can basically throw up to 8 different AI assistants at the same problem, all at once. They all come back with their own solutions, and you just pick the best one. It's like having a whole team of coders working in parallel.
And the reason they can do this is because they built their own model, called Composer. And get this, it's about 4 times faster than what else is out there. We're talking about most coding jobs getting done in less than 30 seconds. That is a wild productivity boost.
And at the exact same time, we started seeing these tools pop up that let people who aren't coders build real working apps. The investor Alexis Ohanian has this great way of putting it. He calls it the apps as content era. You know, just like how anyone can now create photos or videos for social media, the idea is that pretty soon anyone will be able to create an app.
And a tool called VibeCode is the perfect example. You literally just describe the app you want in plain English. Like, I want an app that does this and has a button here. And boom, you can test a working version of it right on your phone. You can tweak it with more prompts, and when you're happy, you can download the actual source code to give to your engineers. The barrier to entry is just disappearing.
Okay, but remember that paradox I mentioned? Here's where the other shoe drops. Because while all these amazing tools are making it easier for everyone to build, the actual foundation, the infrastructure all this stuff runs on, is consolidating on a scale that's hard to even wrap your head around.
So, on November 3rd, bam, AWS and OpenAI dropped this bombshell, a $38 billion partnership. This gives OpenAI immediate access to hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA's top-of-the-line chips. And those chips are the lifeblood, right? They're what you need to train and run these massive AI models. And here's the kicker. This wasn't even an exclusive deal. Nope. This is just one piece of OpenAI's much bigger strategy. When you add it all up, their total commitments to just get the computing power they need, it's getting close to $1.4 trillion. Just let that number sink in for a second.
I mean, how do you even visualize that? Well, try this. Their goal is to lock down 30 gigawatts of power. That's enough electricity to power about 25 million homes in the US. We're literally talking about the energy consumption of a small country, just for AI.
And you can see the strategy laid out pretty clearly here. Even a giant like OpenAI knows they can't put all their eggs in one basket. They have to spread their bets across Microsoft, Oracle, now AWS, you name it. Why? Because at this scale, no single company can provide all the compute they need.
So we have all this incredible power, all this money flying around, which leads to a really important question. A problem, really. Can we actually trust what these incredibly powerful, incredibly expensive models are telling us?
Well, some fascinating research just come out from a team in Israel working with folks from Apple and Google, and they found something really weird, kind of a paradox, about why these AIs hallucinate, when they just make stuff up.
What they found is that a lot of the time, the model knows it's wrong. Deep down, inside its complex network, the right answer is actually there. They have a term for it, knowledge-behavior discrepancy. It's like the AI knows the truth, but it decides to say something else anyway. Kind of spooky, right?
So this is a huge deal. It means the problem isn't that the AI is ignorant. It often has the facts. The problem is what we call alignment. See, the model's main goal isn't to be 100% truthful. Its goal is to predict the next word in a sentence that sounds good, that sounds like something a human would want to hear. And sometimes, those two things, what's true and what sounds good, are not the same thing at all.
But here's the good news. Now that we know this is happening, it actually gives us a roadmap. Because we understand how the errors are forming, we can start building tools to spot them. We can actually improve our ability to detect these hallucinations by more than 25%. It's a huge step toward building AI we can actually, trust. Okay, so what does all this mean for you? If you're out there building a company or investing in one in this new AI world, what's the takeaway? Well, it's pretty simple. The old playbook is out the window. You need a new one, starting now.
So here it is, the new playbook. Rule 1, build, don't train. You can't win the trillion-dollar infrastructure war, so don't even try. Leverage the models that exist. Rule 2, go multi-cloud from the start so you don't get locked into one vendor. Rule 3, use tools like Cursor. Give your team superpowers and make speed your weapon. And this is a big one, verify, then trust. You have to assume the AI can be wrong, even when it sounds sure of itself. Build guardrails. The real game is at the application layer. That's where you win. Use tools like VibaCode to get your ideas out there and test it faster than anyone else.
And that really brings us back to the core tension of this whole new era, right? On one hand, you have tools that let you build at lightning speed. On the other, the very foundation of this tech is something you have to be super careful with. So it leaves everyone with one big question to chew on. What's the real risk here? Is it moving too slow and getting left behind? Or is it trusting too much and building on a shaky foundation? Thanks for joining this Explainer.